party people, welcome to another video. Today's video is all about how to enhance your feminine energy. So if you want to learn how to enhance your feminine energy, well, stay tuned. So you want to enhance your feminine energy? Well, you're in the right place. And today I'm going to be sharing with you some steps that you can actually use to enhance your feminine energy. So first of all, if you don't know, the difference between feminine energy, masculine energy, make sure to check out one of my previous videos. The link will be in the description. Or if you aren't feminine at all and you're like, okay, or if you've been, not necessarily that you aren't feminine at all. Let's say you've been suppressing some of your feminine energy and you want to wake it up. Then go watch the video on how to heal your feminine energy. But otherwise, if you already have some feminine energy going on and you want to enhance it, you want it to go deeper, you want it to make it stronger, you want to make it more potent, then you're in the right place. And today I'm going to share with you just 4 of the things that I do that actually help me to embrace and enhance my feminine energy even more. So in one of my previous videos, I talked about how I used to repress my feminine energy. I wasn't like embracing it, I repressed it, I hid it, and I shared why that was. But after when I realized that I was doing that and I did the healing work and I forgave whatever it was that needed to be forgiven, and I decided that I was gonna just be myself and allow myself to embody the divine feminine within me, there are certain things that I use. So number 1 is going to actually be going out into nature. Now, a lot of the goddesses, if you look at the goddesses in different Greek mythology, or the goddesses in Mayan philosophy, or if you look at the goddesses in African ancestry as well, in the Orishas and stuff, or even if you look, it doesn't really matter, in Hinduism, it doesn't really matter where you look, every single culture has the goddess in it, and a lot of the times one of the characteristics of the goddess has to do with nature and earth and growth. And there's a reason why we call it Mother Earth. It's because the earth itself is a feminine body. It's a feminine body, right? It has all the creation, that production, that growth, that expansion that is very much feminine in nature, right? So for you, a lot of times we have a lot of archaic thoughts that come to us because of what we learn from parents, from society, from religions, about what it is to be feminine, what is expected of us. Oh, a woman is supposed to be this, a woman is supposed to be that, a feminine energy is this, and we have all these rules of what we are to do and how we are to be. But when you actually take yourself away from these buildings, which are very masculine in nature, when you take yourself away from technology, which is also very masculine in nature, when you take yourself away from the traffic and the noise, which is masculine in nature, and submerge yourself in Mother Nature, which can be a forest, can be like a garden, it can be going to a beach, or a riverside, or up in the mountains, somewhere where you're not being bombarded by the masculine structures. You're not drowned out by buildings or cars or traffic, and you go into this place and you sort of isolate yourself there for a moment. You will see that your memory of who you are, your thoughts, it's like your breathing, your breath, the oxygen comes through, but not just on a physical level, the spiritual oxygen, which is the feminine, this wellspring of divine feminine comes back to you. I remember I've been through so many transitions in my life, but I remember one of the most recent ones I went up into the mountains here because I'm currently in Sicily, and there's a volcano called Etna. She's a volcano. And on the mountain, it's a volcano, so there's deserted, but you have parts of it where there's forest kind of. And I remember going into the forest, and I remembered holding on to some trees, and I just started to cry. It was like the tree was ministering to my soul. That tree had been there for years. It was really tall, and it survived all those volcanoes. It survived storms and so many things, and it was still standing. And for me, as a woman, I just allowed myself to bask in essence of that tree and to just be still, not to have to worry, not to have to think about bills or responsibility or what's gonna happen or whatever, the goals. It was all about just being present in that moment. And one of the times I remember back in 2017, I got this really massive breakthrough, like this divine download for my clients. And it happened when I went to a park. It was a park across the street from where I lived, and it was raining, so not many people were at the park. And I walked in the rain to the park, and I just held the tree, just placed my hand on the tree and a hand on my heart, and it was just like, whew, just ministering to my heart. And I just started laughing like a crazy person because I was just so alive and so awakened by just being in nature. So that's number one, how you can enhance it. And the reason it happens is because nature has a specific frequency. So whenever we're bombarded by the masculine, or we're too stressed or whatever it is, we're going into a lower frequency. And when you get into nature, you actually raise your physical vibration in that way, because you're shifting the frequency around you. Again, if you see my palm is red or my hand here is red, it's because I had the lipstick and I like kissed it to kind of get some of it off before I started recording, of course. Another way I do of getting my feminine, enhancing my feminine energy, is actually baths, having baths with essential oils. Now for me, seriously, I work online, so I'm always on Instagram, always on Facebook, always on YouTube, always on WhatsApp, always on social media, and it can be very draining. Always on emails, so much noise, right? Because I work online, and there can be so much noise because you're literally downloading especially when you're intuitive and you're an intuitive person, you can pick up frequencies very easily, and you're downloading from everybody's posts. Like, you're scrolling through and you're not just seeing a photo, you're literally feeling everything that person was feeling when they posted it. It's like a lot of stuff to take in. So for me, a bath is really nice because you have the water, and again, water, just like I was talking about the different goddesses of nature, water is very much in tune with the femininity. It's the river, the sweet rivers and things like that. Like, if you look at some of the goddesses, you'll have some of them in different mythologies or different cultures, but specifically Oshun, she's the goddess of the sweet water. So water is like, it's like basking myself in the arms of the goddess, just embracing myself in that goddess energy. And I'll use different essential oils. Usually I tune into my intuition to find like which oils I need in that moment. So for example, I'll tune in and sometimes I'll know I'll need some eucalyptus, or sometimes I'll know I need some wild orange, or sometimes I'll need frankincense, and I just like tune into my soul and allow myself to speak what it is I want. By the way, let me know if you guys want, let me know in the comments if you guys want a video on how to tap into your intuition to make sure that you never make a mistake. Like, you can never be wrong when you tune into your intuition, because that is the divine voice. If you want a video on that, then let me know and I can do a video on that. Just type in the comments and let me know. But all in all, so the second thing was baths, having baths. You know, the third thing is music. 110% music, okay? Music. Now, different kinds of music. Sometimes I will listen to like bachata. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, that like Latino dancing, and I'll like get into my hip movement and I'm feeling my waist, and it's like, you know, feeling that kind of sensual vibe. That sometimes though I listen to, if I'm more in a meditative state, I listen to music that is at a 432 hertz frequency. Now that is the hertz, that is the frequency of healing. That is the resonance of the universe. Like, when you are listening to that kind of frequency, you are tuning yourself in with the power of creation, which is the feminine power, the goddess energy. They won't tell you the truth, but that is what it is. And there are men who actually changed over history. Before 432 hertz was what life was like. That was like a very common frequency. And over time, I think it was a German guy, I don't remember his name. You guys can research this, of course, on your own. But he changed the frequency to 440 hertz because they wanted to be able to control the minds of the people. And so if you look at so many things around us are not at the 432 hertz, which is the resonance of the universe, which is the resonance of the feminine, which is the goddess energy. And you know, we have all these noises and sounds that are from other frequencies, and so like damaging to ourselves that we don't even realize. So for me, the third thing that I use to enhance my feminine energy is music, whether it's some kind of like sensual music or specifically 432 hertz. I actually have a playlist of 432 hertz music, that like meditations and stuff that I listen to enhance the feminine, and I'm gonna link that in the description. I didn't create those audios. I may create one in the future, but those aren't mine. But you'll find it in the description box. Also in the description box, you'll find a free gift from me, which is a guide on how to get anything you want by embracing your inner seductress. Yes, because the seductress is one of the emanations of the goddess, which is the divine feminine. So if you want to learn how to use that to get anything you want, I've actually had people who've used this method that I'm teaching in that audio, and they've gotten their husbands to do things that they want, like the men would have never done before. They got their husbands to do stuff. You know, people be getting like clients and money and all kinds of things based on the principles that I taught in that audio. So you want to go get that. It's definitely totally free. It's in the description box. Go get that. All you gotta do is like, go in the description box and you'll find that. So in the description box, you'll find So in the description box, you'll find other relevant videos. You'll find my free gift to you, and you'll find the playlist that I have in there of the 432 hertz that will help you with your feminine energy as well. So first one was nature. Second one was baths. You know, just being naked in the bath, just like loving on yourself, like all the curves, all the rolls. Love every inch of your sexy goddess body, okay? Love it, and soak it in the bath with your special oils. Oh my god, how could I forget? By the way, if you don't know like what essential oils to get and things like that, let me know in the comments as well if you want me to do a video on that, because maybe I'll do a video on that as well. Essential oils. I need to definitely watch this video back so I'll know what other videos I'm going to be doing for you guys. Essential oils that enhance your feminine energy. That's a freaking cool video idea, right? And I'll also link to like where I get my oils from, or if you want to buy the oils through my link, you can go ahead and do that. I'll link it below. Or if you I think you can get, I don't remember what the discount is. I think it's like $35 for the membership, and then you can get like discounts. Anyway, I'll link that in the description. It's all in the description. So now for the final thing, okay? Now for the final thing that I do to enhance my feminine energy. I embrace all my emotions, okay? And I do this through journaling. It's like I was being all dramatic, but the truth is I do this through journaling. So the feminine, she's very much the creator, right? And a creator is someone who, she's not just a creator, she's a very intentional creator. And we all know that thoughts become things. What you think about, you bring about. You know, as a man thinketh or woman thinketh, so is she, so is he, right? And so your thoughts do actually create your reality. I remember when I was thinking really negative thoughts about my relationship, it was really a shitty relationship. But the moment I started to shift my thoughts, like the relationship magically just started to change. And so to tap into my feminine, I actually journal. So if I'm feeling anxious or overwhelmed, I don't stuff my emotions down. Before, I used to turn to food. I used to be a very emotional eater. If I had any emotions at all, I would draw for a pack of Lay's or you know, cans and cans of Pringles. I actually had a time where I called it my Pringles phase. You know, I would go to frozen pizza. I really would eat my emotions. And maybe you can identify with that when you're feeling stressed or happy or excited or sad or angry. You know, maybe you turn to food. And that was me. And what I did was, in order to allow my feminine energy to come through, I would turn to a journal instead, because then I would allow myself, sometimes I would journal, and sometimes I would just take my voice recorder of my phone and just start speaking and saying, this is how I'm feeling, and this is what I'm wanting, and this is what I desire instead. And I would go through my journaling exercise. And what happens is, as you're journaling, you're allowing the negative, it's like imagine a volcano. If it's always erupting, you know, because I actually live on a volcano right now. I'm living on the volcano Etna. And Etna, she is a she's always erupting. The divine feminine, right? She's letting her emotions out. So she's never going to cause a massive like boom, like thing that like destroys a whole island, because she's constantly just allowing the things to come up and she releases them. They come up and she releases them. Versus Vesuvius, which is a man, we all know that that was one of the most deadly volcanoes because it like just boom and it just like killed everyone that was there, like petrified all the people. And the difference between the divine feminine, which is this volcano Etna, this female volcano, is that as she's going, she's letting it out, she's letting it out, she's letting it out. You get to enjoy the beauty of this volcano because she's in tune with her emotions. And it's the same with us as the divine feminine. When we're journaling and we're saying, this is how I'm feeling right now, and this is what I desire instead, and I know I can have what I want. Do you see, like, shifting? She's shifting. You're shifting your energy, and you're intentionally deciding what you want to create. So one of my journal entries may start like, let me give you an example. Let's say I feel confused about what it is I want to do in my career, or or in the relationship or something. I feel confused. With my journaling, it's I'm so grateful that, and I start with all the things I'm grateful for, and I say, and this is I really wish that this would happen. This is how I'm feeling. I'm really pissed about this, and this is what I want instead. I know I deserve to have this instead. There's no reason why I shouldn't have that instead. If I could have this instead, how would I feel? I would feel this way, and I'm just shifting my frequency into what it is I actually want. And a lot of times I'll also start journaling by asking the question of, what do I know for sure? I know for sure that I am capable. I know for sure that I love this thing. I know for sure that I want this thing, and that I desire this thing, that I deserve this thing. And as I'm writing those things out, I am allowing my divine feminine to reawaken, because remember, the divine feminine is the modality of creation. And as I'm expressing what it is I desire, I am reawakening the divine goddess within me, because now there is something to be created. There's a goal, there's a desire that is being birthed. So those are my tips for you. Again, if you want to get the free audio guide on how to get anything you want in life, then make sure to check the link in the description, because I have that free before you. I also have, like I said, an audio about the different kind of music that I use when I am tuning into my feminine. So again, I use baths, Mother Nature, I use music, and I use journaling. Those are 4 tools. There are so many other tools. Maybe I'll do another video that goes in depth with some of the other tools, but these are the 4 main ones that are like very easy. It's like walk outside, sit under a tree, like stand in the rain, journal, have a bath. For those of you who don't have bathtubs, you can take your essential oils and just like splash it around the walls of your shower and have like a really relaxing shower, because then the smells of the essential oils will diffuse into your bath, your shower anyway, your shower stall, where you can rub it in your hand and smell it, and rub it on your body, on your, in the different points on your body where your pulse is going off. So yeah, that's how I enhance my feminine energy. And make sure you subscribe, make sure to leave a comment, like this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs up if you watch all the way through till now. Like, girl, boy, person, give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you